Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. Today we got a little bit of a different video than usual. Today we're going to be talking about my predictions for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex's next chapter. And there was a little bit of a mishap. Now, I technically already recorded this video a few days ago, but due to some technical issues, I have to re-record it. And since the time I'm re-recording it, which is today, we actually got a sneak peek of the next chapter from yesterday, which already confirmed one of the things I was predicting. So one of the things I was predicting was that now that Boruto is back in the Leaf Village again, that Kawaki and Mitsuki would meet up with Boruto once more and try to fight him immediately. Well, the page that we were shown, which I will have on screen right now, shows Mitsuki trying to fight Boruto as he enters Sage mode, and Boruto getting ready to defend himself. So, that already kind of confirms one of my predictions, which is going to kind of change where I was going with this, but I'll still make sure to let you guys know what my original prediction was. My original prediction was, for this chapter, I know so far 2 Blue Vortex has been very fast paced with the first 5 chapters in terms of, you know, Boruto ever going back to the Leaf Village once, but not even once, but twice now. The new villains introduced with the Senju, or the 10-tail, like, resurrection tree figures, whatever you want to call them. Meeting up with Code, meeting up with Kawaki. There's been a lot of stuff that happened in the first 5 chapters, which is why I believe that is what is essentially the hook of the story. You know, it's to get us all hooked into it and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep coming back for this. So now, I think with this next chapter, we're gonna start entering more of a slow down phase. Not exactly like the story's gonna get slow, but I would not expect as much action as we got in the first couple chapters in this chapter or the ones that follow it. So I think for right now, what's gonna happen in this chapter is, first, Kawaki and Mitsuki are gonna meet up with Boruto. We already seen that Mitsuki does, and he enters Sage mode, so there might be a small scuffle, or maybe the beginnings of one, and then they get cut off immediately. Because I believe that the main point of this next chapter is going to be Shikamaru meeting up with Boruto and figuring out what exactly is going on and why is Boruto coming back to the Leaf Village despite his whole wanted status with the disappearance of Naruto and Hinata. So, I was thinking before the page was revealed that Sarada and Boruto would go straight to Shikamaru and that they would have a chance to talk. You know, Boruto would have a chance to talk to Shikamaru. Shikamaru has already been showing that he kind of believes that something is going wrong. You know, something isn't right. He's kind of understanding the omnipotence, or the, you know, the whole memory change that Ada did. He doesn't know exactly what's going on, but it's Shikamaru, you know. You have to think at some point he'd be able to break through it, or be able to realize that something is wrong, which we've already seen one character do already in the last chapter in Amato. Amato has completely figured out that something is wrong with his memories. His memories have been changed due to understanding on how Kawaki has his own tech within him, despite the fact that if Kawaki shouldn't have that, if he truly was what Ada wants people to make him believe they are, which is he is the son of the 7th Hokage. But if he's the son of the 7th Hokage, how does he have Amato's tech within him? So, we can see that the memory wipe doesn't exactly cover up these, you know, these, what's the word I'm looking for? These mistakes, or these glaring, you know, like, issues that would be in the story. So you would have to hope that at some point Shikamaru would kind of start seeing some of the holes, or realize, like, you know, something's not right here. And I think that's what Boruto and Sarada are going to try to pull him through. Because even Sasuke himself was able to understand enough of the memory change that he was still willing to help Boruto, thanks to Sarada's help from the last chapter, pre-time skip. And he stuck with Boruto throughout that entire time, and even sacrificed himself for him. So, just because Ada's whole memory change completely flipped the story, doesn't mean that it's going to be this, you know, glaring thing that's going to always prevent people from figuring out what really happened. We've already seen a couple characters kind of overpower it, or at least ignore it enough to be able to do what they think is actually right. And I think Shikamaru will eventually get to that point. Will he get to that point in this chapter? I do not. But I do believe that at some point in this chapter, Shikamaru will meet up with Boruto, or Boruto and Sarada will end up going over to the Hokage's office to talk to him. But if we do end up getting a little bit more action, or knowing on how some Boruto chapters go, this entire chapter could end up being Sarada, Mitsuki, and Boruto all talking to each other. Sarada trying to prevent Mitsuki from attacking Boruto head-on, Boruto just dodging and invading Mitsuki, and the chapter would end with Kawaki, Shikamaru, and some Leaf Shinobis pulling up to, you know, stop the fight or tell Mitsuki, like, hey, that's enough. Something like that. But yeah, I really don't think this chapter is going to be extremely huge with any, like, plot stories or anything. Like, I really don't think the Senju or the Ten-Tail Tree copies are going to really be doing much in this chapter. I don't even think they'll appear in this chapter, to be fair. I know some people were predicting that they were going to immediately go and attack their targets, you know, that they announced in the last chapter, which are, like, their copies. The Bug clone is going for Ada. That one unknown tree clone that we don't know of wants to go after Naruto. Sasuke wants to go after Sarada. And then, Konohamaru's friend wants to go after Konohamaru. I don't think they're going to be doing that in this chapter. I think it's going to be a little bit until we see those tree clones come back. I think they'll be kind of... But right now, we're focusing on the Leaf Village. I don't think Code will make an appearance in this chapter either. I just think we're going to be sticking in the Leaf Village, and it's going to be mainly centered around Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, with Shikamaru eventually coming in. That is my hope. That is what I believe for this chapter. I feel pretty confident in saying that. I mean, it just makes sense to me that this chapter would be more of a setup chapter, or just a slower paced chapter than what we've had. We already had a bunch of big reveals, a bunch of big revelations within the first 5 chapters. We figured out how strong Boruto is, we figured out what Code has been up to, what happened to Boruto and Sasuke during the time skip, how the Leaf Village has handled the time skip. We've had a bunch of stuff answered, but now it's time to get a couple more questions. We got some more questions now with the whole Ten-Tails tree clones thing, and I think we're gonna get a bunch of more setup for other stuff in this chapter. But that's what I believe will happen. Let me know down below in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think I'm right in these predictions? What are you guys predicting for this chapter? What are you hoping for in this chapter? One thing, I will say this, my one wild card for this chapter, and when I mean wild card, I mean like 5%, less than a 5% chance of happening, is that Kakashi Hatake will show up. They said a long time ago that Kakashi will play a big part in the manga eventually. Now, considering how long ago that was, plans might have changed, but I have to believe that at some point Kakashi will show up. So for right now, my wild card prediction for this is that, you know, maybe Mitsuki and Boruto really do start fighting like big time, and then Kakashi will show up and just stop the fight. That is my big wild card prediction. I don't think that's happening at all, but if it does happen, I will be extremely happy. It's a little weird to me just how absent Kakashi has been from the story, considering he is a previous Hokage, and considering the circumstances now that Naruto has disappeared. I would hope that Kakashi and Tsunade would both at least come back to the village in some form. Maybe that'd be Shikamaru's aid or whatnot, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. What are your predictions? What you hope happens in the chapter, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we continue to cover more Boruto content in the near future. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day / night, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.